It is truly an honor to welcome Miss Briyanna Michelle, a talented storyteller, entrepreneur, and proud Philadelphia native whose passion for love, healing, and authentic representation shines through every page she writes. A lifelong lover of books, Brianna's journey began as a young girl who found comfort and escape within the pages of a good story. Today, she channels that same passion into writing contemporary romance novels filled with the relatable characters who are funny, resilient, perfect, imperfect, and beautifully human. Through beloved works such as Finding My Way Out of Darkness, Maybe I Need You, and Paint Our Love, she has captivated readers with emotional depth, heartfelt connections, and love stories that linger long after the final chapter. Beyond her writing, Ms. Brianna Michelle is the owner and CEO of Brianna Michelle Collections Co., a mental health stationery business dedicated to creating journals, bookmarks, and tools that encourage wellness, reflection, and self care. When she's not writing, or growing her business, Brianna enjoys laughing with loved ones, discovering new adventures, and getting lost in a great book and savoring the moments that make life beautiful. Please join me in giving a warm, heartfelt welcome to Miss Brianna Michelle.
That's my girl.
Yeah,
Period.
Brianna's in the building.
That was a
Again,
nice
thank you so much
bio.
for
Who wrote
joining.
that?
Miss Monica did, yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
That's
We can
nice.
write a little
Thank you.
bit too.
Yeah, listen, I
So,
said, oh,
oh, actually, let
that's
me
me. Okay, let me stop playing
okay.
with you serious.
You're like, oh, I did that. And did.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I be doing stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So we like to start with a little icebreaker. So we're going to play a game of this or that.
Okay.
First, we have urban fiction versus contemporary romance.
Mhm. This
Which one?
urban fiction. Sorry, urban fiction.
Okay. 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 We
Yeah,
love. We love. Slow burn or insta love.
slow burn.
Okay.
Hmm.
Series or standalone.
Series.
Novellas or novel length.
A novel. You said novelette or novel?
Novel length. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Give me the full length novel,
Okay.
please.
We like that. Introducing a new character or deepening a familiar one.
I'm gonna say introducing a new character.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then we have found family or blood family dynamics.
found family.
Okay. We love that. All
Yeah.
right. So, ladies, let's get into these questions. Hold on. Let me show off my book. Of course. Of course. I got
I
my
was like,
Finding
what
My
is
Way
that? Is
on
that
deck.
you? That's the book. It's-
That's the book.
that's-
Um, yes, ma'am. I'm the one who ran down and said, give me one of everything off the table. Thank you.
yes,
At
yes.
CCLA.
We had a good time.
Yes, indeed. Again, thank you for joining us today. For readers who may be new to your work, tell us a little about yourself and your journey as an author.
Okay. I started writing. Oh, is there echo? Is there echo on your end, or is it just my end?
I think it may be your end. I don't hear an echo.
I think you
Okay,
good
it
now.
went
I
away.
heard the echo, but you good now.
Okay. So I first started writing, and you know what? Give me 2 seconds.
Take your time. Take your
Yeah.
time.
Wait, please.
Just a little side note, I love her Batman so far.
Hmm.
I'm over here trying to ask for the books that's in the background, y'all. I'm on the second row. I'm zoomed in and everything.
I
Me
th-
too.
those are her books, I think. I feel like I got those.
I just want them
Those
all.
are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I have all those. I have those.
I was say you. Yeah, I ain't got
I
nothing over
don't.
here
I
though.
need
So
them.
you do. Hmm.
God's favorite.
Period.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I first started writing, and I'm gonna say like it was like 2013 on Wattpad. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
Love it over there. And I really did not want to be an author. I wanted to be a backup dancer. I actually wanted to be one of Beyonce's backup dancers. I really should have been on Cowboy Carter and a Renaissance tour, but it's fine. We ended up over here. So
Hmm.
I always tell people that because some people be like, oh, they wanted to be an author their whole lives and all of that. I always love to read, but that's just not really this isn't how I envisioned my life at the time. Um, so, but dance tuition costs lots of money.
Hmm.
So I went to college for English and concentrating in creative writing, was writing on Wattpad before that. And then I was like, you know what, during the pandemic, everything kind of slowed down. And I was like, all right, let me go back, pick up a book that I first started writing in college, which was the first edition of Finding My Way Out of Darkness. Because the one that is out now is a like complete rewrite. So that's how it all started. I published my first book in 2021, and then I kind of took like a little breaky break. I took that copy or that edition of Finding My Way Out of Darkness now and rewrote it in 2023, and we just been writing books ever since.
Okay. We love a little pivot in the journey, and it's never too late because Act Three is coming up. Okay.
Yeah, I really got to get in the field so I can get up on that stage, do my thing.
Okay. We got you, girl. We'll spam them comments now.
Period.
Speaking of finding my way out of darkness, what inspired this story?
Okay, so what inspired this story was all of, and this a little sad, but it is what it is. All of the black girls that went missing in between like 2021 to about 2023. I felt like every time I'm scrolling on Facebook or watching the news is, black girl, the black girl, the black girl. And a lot of those women did not come back, rest in peace. So I was just like, it was scary. Like, what the
Mhm.
hell is actually going on around here? That could be me, that could be my sister, that could be, you know, a stranger or someone that I know and love. And I'm like, well, what does life look like if the police did their job and if the FBI and the people that are supposed to protect us actually protected us? And this was kind of just like Find My Way Out of Darkness was like my ode to that, to those women. And like, this is how I can contribute to horrible situations being somewhat better. I felt very helpless, like I can't do anything. I can share the post. I mean, that's pretty much it. I can share the post and but I felt like it just wasn't enough for me, who, I guess is a little bit of an activist. And I'm like, I want to be involved and I want to do something, but I can't help. So I'm like, let me write this story for those women to show the signs to people who are not paying attention, that it doesn't just start, at the age of, you don't just run away, whatever.
Mhm.
Like for Michaela, it started with those that were around her not protecting her dad, and it came, Rich then came into the situation. So I just that's what inspired the story. It was very much real life circumstances that I was just like, what would actually happen? Like, what would that look like if they really tried their best to, find them? And what for those women who somewhat did make it home, what does their life look like now? Like, do they get to fall in love? Do they get to heal?
Mhm.
What is that all about? So, yeah,
I really love that. It's like the best case scenario for us, and this book is an ode to that.
yeah.
Was there a particular scene, character, or idea that came to you first?
I think it's been a while. What came to me first? I want to say the scene where that the first chapter? God only knows how long ago I've read this book. I believe that's like chapter one where Michaela is there sitting at is she sitting at the park, child? Okay, yeah. When she's sitting at the park and she is kind of just thinking about her life and how she somewhat wants life to be better but doesn't necessarily know how to get there. I think I just I knew that I wanted the story to start off on a good note, especially after the, prologue sets it up the way that it is. And I'm like, I want this story to be I want you guys to first meet Michaela, and before you judge her and before you get to reading her story, I want y'all to see how she is when it's just her by herself in her happy place in the park, looking at the sky, contemplating life, and not necessarily being, I guess, too upset by her circumstance.
Okay. I love that because we were able to see her just like you said, like being free in a sense, just
Yeah.
having that human moment.
Yes.
Whose perspective was more difficult to write and why?
Um, I think that Michaela's perspective was a little difficult to write. Um, Only because I want to say that Brian came from a sense of this was just easy. Like I'm like, let me just let him love on this girl a lot, and that's just what it is, and that's what she needs in life. But for her, I think it was a little complex because I'm like, we have this character who is going through so many such a hard ass life. Like my girl just got a hard life. And I'm like, how am I able to, I want to make sure that I write this and I do it in all of the complexities that is life. So the moments where I want her, I want to show her having joy, and then the moments where I want her to actually feel what she's going through. So I think that those her perspective was hard because she went through some hard stuff in the book, and I had to kind of just walk through that with her as I was writing down those scenes.
Okay.
Do you guys hear me over the dog barking?
Yes, we it's like
Okay.
faint-ish in the background. No
Okay.
worries.
Okay, good.
What okay, wait. You already said that one. Okay, so this is technically a second chance romance, but not in the
Mhm.
traditional sense. What made you want to approach it through amnesia while one person was still deeply in love, holding on to their shared history?
Okay, so I just think that there's something just so amazing about second chance romance because, like, what do you mean a whole lifetime has passed and you can't stop thinking about me? So that's kind of like the vibe that I wanted Brian, to kind of come for Michaela with, because I mean they only had that summer together, right? Like it's essentially 2 months, 3 months, but it's life changing, and I think that people always view like puppy love as well, teenage love as puppy love, and not something that can shape our our ideologies of our relationships as we continue to grow in life. And I feel like it would have been hard for her to find somebody new. It had to be somebody that was already there. But then I'm like, also, I just thought it would have been cool to like do amnesia and like play with that trope a little bit, because I feel like at that time the like amnesia trope was like, oh, she lost her memory, blah blah blah, and people wasn't really messing with it. And I was like, well, I think I like that a lot, but I want to see if I can do it a little differently. Did I answer the question correctly?
Yes. Look, it's your
Okay, good.
world. You can answer it however you want to answer it.
Period.
Like coming in. Okay. Okay. Michaela spends much of the story navigating darkness and uncertainty. How did you approach writing her emotional journey while still leaving room for hope?
I think that it was a hard balance. But I'm like, this is supposed to be somewhat of a happy story.
Mhm.
It's a little shaky throughout the book, but I'm like, this is supposed to be, this character is Michaela is someone who's supposed to grow. And I think that I think it's just normal life when you are someone who spends your time, depressed or really put down by your circumstances. If you do not give up, you're looking for hope. You're looking for, little pockets of joy to kind of get you through each day. So I really wanted to make sure that, yes, Michaela, you know, just had to curse out Rich because he was doing too much. But my girl did also have fun at the mall with her friends. So like things like that, to where it's like I didn't want to write her whole entire day or this whole entire book that her just to just be fucking sad. You know, because I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like, are there people that are sad all day, every day? There is, but I think that also when you are when you are looking for hope, you can find it. When you're looking for joy, you can find it in the tiny things. So I really wanted to, kind of just show a realistic person. I feel like
Hmm.
realistically, not every single moment of your day is horrible. It's bad. Even if it feels like it's really not. You just got to pay attention. So I
Right.
kind of wanted to, that was kind of my mindset through writing her character. It's like, yeah, my girl in the messed up situation, real bad. But she did have fun driving in the car, listening to her music, or going to the mall,
Hmm.
or going on this date, or not a date, but having an appointment with this man who ain't really the man who you say he is, because then this other man named Brian come in, and there we go.
Hmm.
So yes.
I love that you spoke about joy. Something that's been sitting with me recently is that, like you said, even in the midst of like your storm, there's always joy. You can always have joy now, and you don't have to wait. And like you said, it could
Yeah.
be the smallest thing. It could be playing your favorite song on repeat for an hour and dancing. It can be
Hmm.
going to get an ice cream cone. It could be sleeping in an extra 30 minutes, whatever
Yeah,
that looks like for you.
absolutely.
Brian never seemed to stop loving Michaela, even when life gave him every reason to move on. What did you want readers to understand about the kind of love he carried for her?
I wanted people to understand that nothing that you go through is too much or too horrible for the right person. I
Mhm.
think that, you know, some people have very crazy testimonies, and they think that they can't find love from someone, whether that's platonic or romantic. And I don't think that your circumstances completely defines who you are, because Michaela could have been a completely different person with a different mindset, and a nasty person with a nasty personality, whatever the case may be. And there is still someone out there that loves those type of people. So I really wanted people to see that, like, you can have the type of person that you want, or the type of person that you deserve, because you deserve it. It's just That's just it. It's not something that you have to do to earn or to keep or to fight at. Like, it's there for you because it's yours.
Amen. It's mine. I spin it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Y'all know I gotta throw a little song in there every time. All right. Somebody's coming in. Okay. Michaela and Brian are both carrying emotional wounds throughout the story. How did those wounds shape the way they approached each other?
I think that when unfortunately, when you have been through some things in life, you kind of just view the world differently, and you view people differently in your interactions with them. And I think that for Brian and Michaela, they both lost someone who, was very well. Michaela loved her mom. Brian has some issues with his mom. But anyway, I think that when you go through things, I don't know. I think it's just like you just don't view the world as a regular person, and you don't take
Mhm.
things for granted. And you're more appreciative of the things and the people that come into your life. And I think for Brian and Michaela, they knew that having each other was literally the best thing that they could have had. And it's not just this random person that's coming into my life. that, sorry, my alarm went off. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Not this random person coming into my life, but this person is coming in and showing me everything that I want to see, and I don't want to take that for granted, and I don't want to lose that. So I'm just going to accept it for what it is, no matter the things that I've been through. Hopefully, I answered that. I feel like I kind of went off topic a little bit.
No, we got the answer.
Okay, okay.
Again, this is your world, girl.
Yeah, but y'all know, I'm a yapper. Okay, so I be trying to answer the
As are
question.
we, sister girl. You are in, you are amongst friends and family.
Okay, period.
Let's see. One of our favorite scenes was the painting lesson. It felt incredibly intimate without being physical. How important was it for you to show that intimacy can exist in those quieter moments?
The painting lesson. What's that? What was that? Their first date?
No, it was after that first date. It was like, I just read it.
Wait.
She was painting him, and she was like, she was painting him in a dream, and then he did a little stick figure because he can't really draw.
Oh, yeah. When he asks her to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then it gets a little spicy, a
But
little
that
push against the
moment,
wall or something like
that
that.
right,
Yeah.
but the moment before
Hmm.
the, yeah,
For this,
yeah.
So okay, so um, I knew that because Michaela had been through so much and literally sex was used against her, um, that approaching their relationship as something that can be seen as um, delicate and safe and um, I don't want to I want to use pure, but in a sense of like not sex being unpure, but the her old sexual encounters being unpure because
Hmm.
she didn't want to do that. Um, so I knew that I wanted to build that intimacy in a different way because I'm like I didn't want her to be triggered by Brian, even though she thought that she was ready and she's ready to jump on that man. That man was like, "You got to chill," because sometimes we think we're ready for certain things that we may not necessarily be ready for. So
Hmm.
I wanted their dynamic to be to show Michaela that you don't have to that sex doesn't have to be in the equation in order for me to value you and see you in a certain light. Because yes, your body is amazing or whatever the case may be, but I also see your heart and I see your spirit and how you care for people. And I think that the best relationships can be built off of, intimacy alone without it having to be sexual.
I love that. I almost started singing Mario. I'm a hold off. I'm not gonna give it to y'all like that. Wow, I love that.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Because
Wait,
that was
I had
I almost
something.
didn't put no sex scenes in that book. That was almost gonna be a closed door romance.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to show us that?
So I think that who was I talking to at the time? Oh, I was having a conversation with JL Seegers and Natasha Bishop, and we were like chatting about the book or whatever. And JL was like, "Well, why aren't you putting sex in the book?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." And I think it's just being, a church girl and that stigma with sex being wrong and da 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 blah blah blah. And I was just like, am I holding these characters to, a standard that they don't need to be held to? Like, why am I not putting sex in the book? Like, what's my
Mm.
reasoning for not? So I had to kind of just, be like, what, sex is fine. These people love the Lord and they have sex and it's okay. So that's what made me, want to put it in the book.
You know what?
So that
Thank you for that.
yeah. Yeah, and that's why it's only one because it literally came at the end.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, well, because I wrote the like restaurant scene, the blindfold scene, and then the sex scene. So I kind of like held those scenes off, and then I
Hmm.
went back and added those in.
Okay. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that perspective from because I can imagine sometimes it's hard to or it may be hard to just kind of like take yourself and your own like morals and things like that out of your work.
Hmm.
And even just as a person, I'll speak for myself. It's like sometimes it's like, do I want to put people in my business? And it's like,
Yeah,
honestly, I don't really care. But it's like, y'all can't beat me though.
exactly. You can't beat me up. So like it's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Exactly.
and the church will be fine too.
Listen, my pastor and and my deacon, they done read the books, child. The people of the cloth support my books and they buy them and they read them
The
and they
Lord
like,
gave me this
yeah.
gift.
Listen,
I'm the vessel.
I was at a church event like 2 weeks ago, and one of the ladies on the choir was like, she's like, yeah, come over here. She said, yeah, I was just telling her what she said. She said, I was just telling her about your sexy romance books, and I was like, yeah, 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 come on, girl, what book you want? So yeah, fully. I said, girl, you were strong for no reason. Like everything is fine. Everything is fine. I
Mhm.
think for me, I didn't want to. I I didn't want to be well, I'm not a Christian romance author, but
Mhm.
I am a romance author who loves the Lord. And my characters also love the Lord, which is why, in this book there's a lot of, scriptures and prayers and things of that nature because I'm like, I think that, I can do both. I can write, about people who, may not be, I guess, super duper
Mhm.
Christian, super saved, whatever. But these are normal people. These are regular people who these are the people that you're going to meet on the streets. You know.
Yes. And
So
honestly,
that
people
was
in the
important for
church
me.
need to see things like this, in my opinion.
Yes.
Certain things are often like so taboo. It's like you don't talk about it, but even if it's like between a married couple, it's like, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's all
Yeah.
right.
It's
We
cool.
know,
We
okay,
don't have to go. Exactly. We ain't got to be tripping about it. It's fine.
okay. We know how y'all get down. We done heard.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's see. The emotional connection between Brian and Michaela often felt just as important as the romantic one. Was that something you intentionally focused on while writing?
Yes, I think that. I think for Michaela and Brian, who, for Brian who lost his mom and felt abandoned, by her and didn't know, who his father was and kind of felt unwanted by, his parents. For him, he needed to know that, like, I can build a relationship, I can build trust with, a woman and it be okay. And I can give my heart to someone and they take care of it. And then, for Michaela, who again got her trust broken by guys, Diamond, please, got her trust broken by everybody,
Hmm.
in her life, but her father, of course. Um, I wanted them to connect on a level that's beyond physical, which is why, I didn't put the sex in there at, in all the chapters or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, y'all have been through a lot of stuff. So I need y'all to be so locked in emotionally and that can't nothing or no one come in and break this dynamic. Like I wanted them to, understand each other on a different level other than a normal relationship. Like, soul ties, but good soul ties.
Yeah, that was definitely needed, I think. Was there a scene between Brian and Michaela that was especially difficult to write?
Hmm. Maybe I should have reread the book before before I came on here, child.
We can
Okay, let me
skip. We can
think.
skip.
No, no, no. Let me think. I think the scene where they just get to like Grandma Lucy's house and then uh she gets her memory back and then they go upstairs and they're having that conversation. I feel like that was hard to write because I'm like, okay, I didn't want Michaela to be upset that Brian was withholding information from her. But it's kind of like, like that miscommunication trope be, it's a real thing. And I didn't want that moment to be tainted by her not understanding his intentions behind it.
Mhm.
Um, so that was a little difficult for me to write because I'm like, these characters aren't me. They're who they are. So I'm like, she's definitely well in her right to go off and be like, well, you knew who I was the whole time and you didn't say anything or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And that I feel like that just would have messed up the book. it would irritate it would irritated me as the author to watch them go through that on top of everything else that they had going on. So I feel like that was a scene that I like kept rewriting and kept reading and just like,
Mhm.
okay, let me just make it as as dumb as possible, but also like make it make sense. It's
That
like, what
probably
would
would
you
have
do
pushed me over
if
the edge.
like real real rap? It's someone that you've been seeing and dating and getting to know, and he just appears out of nowhere, and then the man's like, "Oh, I know you, but you don't remember that man," and then every memory comes back, and then you're like, "Oh." Like I feel like that's kind of like a mind fuck in a sense, because okay, like that. I feel like that would trip me up. I who knows how I would respond.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Let's see. On the flip side, what was your favorite scene between Brian and Michaela to write?
Hmm. My favorite scene was when they were in the that's this okay, let me make sure that this is this book. They are okay.
Come on,
This
catalog.
yeah, because I didn't continue their story a few times, child. So I'm trying to make sure I get this John correct. Okay, I think it's the scene where they go into the gun range that's inside of the house.
Hmm.
Um, and he's teaching her how to shoot and how to defend herself. Like I know that like Asha's there and Asha, Miss Badass, she does all the things. So she's teaching her, the hand to hand combat and all that stuff. But I think that I really love the emotions in that scene, the tension in that scene, and then just the trust that she has in him for her to be like, yet again, here you are, this man, that I'm falling for, and you just seem like you're perfect as hell, and she trusts him. But I just love how she's just like, you know what? Okay, you want to teach me how to shoot a gun? Let's do it, because hopefully I'm ready whenever I got to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Let's see. Looking back now, is there a moment in the book that you feel captures the heart of Brian and Michaela's relationship?
I feel like, let me think. I feel like there's a few scenes. Let me see. Is there no, I don't think ain't no karaoke scene in this book. Is it? Y'all remember karaoke scene in this? I think that's the next book. Let me think.
Diamond said it is in this book. Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls. Oh yeah. Damn, what chapter is that? I
It
feel
was
like
with
okay,
Johnny and Brian walked in. Okay, period. It was Colonel Mustard in the library. That's how the messages coming from.
okay, I feel like the scenes where they're having fun, because I can't, and my brain is not fully remembering that scene, because again, I done continued their story a few times, so I'm like, I feel like there's another scene where they be watching Cheetah Girls, whatever the case may be. But I feel like the scenes where they're having fun is what I want, what best describes their relationship.
Mhm.
Because I feel like yeah, the deep, cute, emotional scenes, yeah, I love yous and the tears and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, all that's great. But also, they like to have fun. They like to have fun. They like to laugh. They like to just be a normal couple. In the moments where they can actually be normal.
Yeah, those moments are always appreciated.
Yeah, we need some laughter, some joy.
Okay. What do you hope readers take away from Brian and Michaela's story after they turn the final page?
I want them to know that that whatever your darkness is, that you can get through it.
Mhm.
It may be with, your own Brian or your own Michaela, or, your friends, or by yourself. But I want people to know that, no matter what you go through, you are still worthy of love. And it doesn't have to be your final situation. Your situations don't have to actually define you.
I love that. And I just thought about I'm showing my age. Do you remember the show
What?
Amen?
I do not. I don't.
Y'all
What's
gotta
that?
go on YouTube and type in Amen theme song.
Okay.
That is gonna give you the life that you need. It's just like, yes, amen. Nikki, you know what I'm talking about. Don't they always act like they don't know what I'm talking about, the song.
Amen
And
theme song.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself today and sing the song.
Okay.
However, if you get an audio message from me on Instagram in the next couple days singing the
Okay.
song,
Okay.
don't be surprised. don't don't be surprised. All right, let's see.
I don't know what George you talking about.
Hold
Diamond,
on,
you
wait.
know
Now
what
they
it
looking
is?
at you crazy. It's not me. All right now.
Should I
Amen with Sherman Helmsley,
know?
Mr.
Sing it.
Jefferson,
He a deacon in the church.
Deacon Fry.
Sing it. I don't
Everybody's come
know.
off mute and sing it together.
Hold on, I gotta find it. I don't know how it go.
It's the shine on a light
Mhm.
from heaven's door.
And he double
Shine.
dutching.
And it's very churchy. And they get the clapping. They got the lady in the back screaming
Hold
and
on, I'm
hooting and
gonna find it.
hollering. You gonna get your life. You gonna get your life. I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna skip and say,
You looked it up. I
yeah,
feel like there we go.
listen,
I guess I should know it. I don't. I might have to.
it's okay. We're not judging you today. We are enlightening
Diamond
you.
judging me a little bit.
It's
The
okay.
pressure.
We have been judging her for the past 2 weeks.
The pressure.
It's okay, Diamond Girl. We love you.
I'm. I'm gonna look
Looking
it up.
across your entire catalog, is there a book you wish received a little more love or recognition from readers?
Yes, actually. Book two. Hendrix and Phoenix. They
Do I have that? I
they
need to go
need
look in my
love.
bookshelf.
I think you I think you do. Um, you because I well no, if you got the paperbacks, then yeah, you should have this.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So I think finding my way to you deserves it deserves more attention. I feel okay. The girlies love this book, and we love them. We love them. But they also are amazing. And I feel like a lot of people are not talking about this book enough for me. And Kendrick's is not making it on the people's, favorite main character list. And I don't like that because,
Hmm.
he don't play about he don't play about Phoenix. And even though he is playing mad games and Find My Way Out of Darkness, he's playing games. We understand why that is in his book. We get it. We get it. And I feel like, the girlies don't appreciate a tortured soul in a man as much as they should or as much as I do.
I don't like feeling sad for no man now, or
And
taking up or agreeing with one.
you know, but you're gonna love him. You're gonna be annoyed probably a little bit.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna
you're
crack it
gonna love
open.
him.
I'm
Y'all
gonna read that.
should.
I'm gonna read that in July.
Y'all gotta,
I'm
y'all
gonna read
gotta,
that.
y'all gotta read it. Make Diamond read it with you, because actually, and I'm gonna tell your people on you. She made me like, oh, can you name a character after me? Can you name a character after me? Blah blah blah. So Fanny's middle name is Diamond, because I named her after my girl. And do you think she would have read this book? Nah,
No, no. We know how
no,
Diamond
she
get
did
down.
not.
We know how she get
No,
down.
damn,
We
I
already
should have
hip to
named.
her shenanigans. She'll be like,
Yeah.
"Go read this book, and this." Okay, out of the 7 books, which ones have you read? Two. Diamond.
Oh,
Boop. Back it on up.
hang up on you.
Okay, thank you. All right. So finding my way to you, I'm gonna go grab that off my bookshelf and pack it in my suitcase for my vacation.
Where you
All
going
right.
on vacation?
I'm going to Martha's Vineyard. I'm spending some time in Boston, and then I'm
Ooh.
taking my happy tail to, well, a few of us are going to the Jay-Z concert in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So
Period.
we're gonna be outside.
Okay, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, a few people are going to will be in Philly. I think Jaquel is doing some kind of book thing next weekend. Um
Yeah, for Richard
some
Rotten tour.
yeah, photo something. I don't know. A few people are going to that. So, we're
Nice.
gonna be outside.
Period.
Oh, we saw you outside too a couple weeks ago with Carolyn Kay.
Yes, I was at the Swapping City Book Club.
Yes, we actually
And we
got to
had a
speak with her last week. So
oh nice,
hmm
nice. That's
yes,
so
Philly girls
nice.
taking over.
Listen, we outside doing things.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So we have two more questions for you. What
Okay.
does your writing process look like? Are you a planner or a planner, a pantster? Now, who wrote that? What is that? Or
It's
somewhere
like
in
flying
between.
by the seat of your pants. It's
Oh,
called
okay.
a
Got you.
Hmm.
pantser. Okay,
I'm gonna
sorry.
have to use it.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down. It's a big
I'm
word
a
for Elmo.
I'm a plantster. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
So I am a person who I can outline, you know, I can be like, okay, I have a beginning, a middle, and end, and then I need to fill in those details. But I might only have a few of those details. So I get to writing from the beginning. I also need to write in order. I cannot write out of order. Jumping from like the different scenes that come into my brain or whatever. And then I write that. And then when I feel like I don't have nothing else to say, I go back to the outline, add more to the outline, then I keep going. So, we be in the middle because I've tried to like plot out an entire book. Like one of my author friends, she like literally will write like chapter one and all of the things that she wants to happen, and then like so on and so forth. And I tried that, and I ain't write nothing for like 3 weeks because I said, "Oh, girl, you got to be yourself. You can't try to do what other people
Mm-hmm.
because it don't work out for you." So
For
yeah, that's
sure.
that's my process.
For sure. Okay.
Oh, and I
And
need music.
lastly, okay, well, I'm gonna ask these questions before I close out with the last question. First, can we get an update on Jason?
Who?
Jason.
Jason?
Jess.
The best friend.
Johnny?
Michaela's best friend. Oh, Johnny, yeah, him.
I'm
Man,
upset.
who's that man?
I've been calling that man Jason.
Go. Who?
Yes, because he was like to me, he was so in love with her.
He was. He
And
was
I'm just
he was
like,
in love
dang,
with
he just
her.
got pulled up by burner.
Johnny had his chance. He was playing. Like Brian said, you nicer than me. Cause if
Did
yours
he
was
though?
worse,
Did he really have a chance though?
I mean, okay, so her and Johnny were friends. Elementary school, middle school, high school. She didn't meet Brian until what was that? Ninth grade, 10th grade? That's her. How old are you? When you like 15, 16. So Johnny
Yeah,
was
that's
there
like
the whole
19th grade.
time. So yeah, he ain't never say nothing. He was just so he back
I don't
there.
think my boy had a
Uh,
chance for real, for real.
I mean, he could have tried. He could have tried. He could have seen what was going on. He could scenery out a little bit, but he was minding his business. Being that best friend on the side who be in love with you your whole life and don't say nothing.
Mm-mm. That's how
Yeah,
you get
that's
beat
over.
up by the real man.
Yeah,
Don't let me find
lucky,
out.
lucky for him. Him and Brian, they cool. But what is Johnny doing? So I actually have an idea of I wanna give Johnny a something with a someone. He's feeling a certain someone
Do you need
in
a
in the
name?
series. No,
Oh.
I have who it
I was
is.
like, do you need a name?
I'm gonna say I do have who it is. And where do I mention it? I think I mention it. I don't know, and I think in like the Christmas short story. But there is someone in the series that he kind of, you know, they be gravitating towards each other. So yeah, he might get himself a little, little
Hello, update. I hope
little
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
novelette or something, little something. He's all right. He's all right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank
So
you.
so Dom has asked, girl, I'm gonna get you. Why did you write Brian so infatuated with Michaela? Some may say he comes on too hard, being that she doesn't remember him.
I think that when a man is serious about you, he gonna be serious about you. In his pursuit, um, in his intentions, and him letting you know, like, hey, I want to date you, I want to see you, I want to meet you. I Brian did not want there to be any miscommunication between them, but then also he has a job to do. So not only was he, falling for that girl all over again in real time, he also was protecting her because he didn't get to do that before. So I think that um, aside from the romance, at that time, he is still a, a agent with a job to do, and because he doesn't really trust. I'm not gonna say he don't trust anybody else with her, but he knows that nobody else can protect her the way that he can
Mm-hmm.
because don't
As he
nobody else
should.
feel for her the way that he does. So yeah, I think that that summer, changed his life. Honestly, the man loved that girl real bad.
The
You know,
impact.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He just knew this
Okay.
this this is my forever.
I hear that. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
wrong with a man knowing exactly what's up.
yeah. I think that he did what he needed to do without doing too much, without it coming off as like creepy or weird.
Hmm.
Because I do think that that is something to kind of think about when writing. Like, is he coming on too strong? But like also, excuse me, when she asked for space, he gave her space.
Hmm.
He wasn't overstepping her boundaries or anything like that. Like, he was, I think, very respectful. But also like, I like you. I want you and I gotta have you, Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly.
And honestly, I feel like we're all also like used to seeing like some of these like unhinged MMCs that are like you mine and this and that, and they just coming on like this and they don't care about the space and all this other stuff. So
Yeah.
just him being able to just like verbalize his feelings and even like you said, respect her boundaries and give her what she needed in that time. I think it was perfect for their relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what
Okay.
Michaela needed.
And lastly, we see you online and outside dancing and having a good time all the time. So we have to ask, what are you listening to when you write? Do you have a go-to artist, album, or playlist that helps you get into the zone?
Mm, I don't. My music is very diverse. Like, we'll go from, Beyonce to Pretty Ricky to, Hamilton to a gospel song. So really my phone just be on shuffle, and we going through the vibes. Now, I when I'm when I'm writing so each book that I write gets a playlist first. And as I'm, just listening to my music, whatever songs, if I'm listening to a song and I can see like a scene in my head with the characters, or feel like this song really is, what's words? If this song is basically saying
Embodies.
like thank you, embodying thank you, because words do have, I do know words, I'm an author, I know words most times, but if the song embodies like how a character feels, then I'm like, okay, this needs to go on the playlist. So usually I don't really have a certain genre or anything that I listen to. I mean, I'm a like R&B girl for the most part, so R&B or pop. But I'm very much a early 2000s girl, early 2000s girl. So that's a lot of my books. Well, all of my books have playlists, but That's why some songs be like they be throwbacks, like real throwbacks. Like earlier, "Get It Shawty" by Lloyd was on, and I was blasting that shit like it just came out yesterday, you know. And
You
that's my man,
know.
just in case y'all didn't know. Splash Surf for that man. Happy,
Oh, we
happy, happy.
saw.
He
We
fixed my
saw.
hat. You know,
Thank you.
just
We
put it
had the
out there.
time.
We had a time, you know, just in case, one of y'all was thinking that that was your man's
Without me, I can't believe that. It's all
son.
right though. It's all right. I'm gonna let y'all have
Time,
that one.
the time was had, the time was had, but
He came
I
right
don't
to
want to rub it
us
in.
in the crowd. Thank you.
He did,
Came
he
right to
did,
us.
All right, Dime. We
he
saw the
did.
video already. I don't need you
You
to rub it
know,
up in my face, Miss Girl.
well, just
Thank you.
just saying.
So Miss Brianna Michelle, thank you so much for taking for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us. It truly means so much to our Bigger Than Books family. We celebrate something we like to call Wish List Wednesday, where we
Mhm.
choose one cousin and they share their Amazon wish list and we bless them with a few gifts. So if you can, we would love for you to share your wish list with us
Hmm.
so that we can sprinkle some love to
Okay.
you.
Thank you. I do
You're
actually love
welcome.
gifts. I
Period.
do. I do.
I love a gift.
So yeah, like I just, just love, you know, gifts. Gifts are nice. Who doesn't like gifts? I'm not gonna be like, oh, don't buy me nothing. No, you guys absolutely can if you want to.
No, I will do that. Oh, you didn't have to, but
You
thank
know,
you.
yeah, I'll be like, oh my gosh, for me, what is it? That's me.
And he'd be like, I actually do deserve this.
Hmm.
Actually, yes. Actually, yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can like share it with Dime and she'll get it over to us,
Okay.
but we would love to just say thank you for
Is the
joining
site
us.
open?
Is your
What
site
would you?
open?
What would you? I can open it for you guys if that's what y'all want. What you want? What book do you want?
Don't say that
I
to
do
the
have a
people in this
little.
damn group.
Because then they're gonna be cussing you
You
out.
know,
Or their
what's
husbands and
wrong with
stuff gonna be
y'all?
fussing because they done
Baby,
spent all their coins on the
let
book.
me get my list.
Yeah, go
That's all
ahead,
I.
Okay.
girl.
Now hold on.
Thank you.
I'm gonna slide over here and show y'all. The inventory is kind of, it's not that much. Not that much. I think I have 4, 5 copies of Fun Molly and Darkness. Um, so I'm gonna put what I got up there with the stock because I do have some books, but those books have to go to ESS with me. Um,
Do
but
you have any journals on your site?
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I am supposed to be, getting that together.
Okay, girl. When it's
Soon
ready, I'm gonna
ish.
be looking out for my
Thank you,
coins.
girl.
Okay.
Listen, okay, that'll put the battery in my back to go work
Do
on
I
it.
need
Cause I'll be
another
like,
journal?
ooh,
No. Is that gonna stop me from buying a few? Also, no.
period. Love that.
You
Okay,
know?
let me if I don't open up the site tonight, I'm gonna forget. And then y'all gonna be calling me a liar. Oh my god. She said she was gonna open up the website, but she didn't.
We are a patient
Um,
bunch.
I don't want y'all to be talking about me thinking I'm a liar and such.
We wouldn't do you like that, girl.
Um, but yeah. Thank you so much. I had a really great time talking to you guys. I love me and my one of my friends was just talking about this earlier. Um, and I was like, yeah, got a book club, very excited. And she's like, I love that because I don't know if you ever read any books by Aisha Bree,
Yes.
but I'm just gonna put it out there. My girl does like to talk about her books, So if you ever want to talk to her, she would love to talk to y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we don't get asked that often to like come into the book club and talk about the books. Like I feel like I do author interviews or I've done author interviews, but some of those are very like just my journey as an author and not like about the characters.
Okay.
So, I thank you guys for inviting me up here to talk because,
For sure.
even though it took me a little minute to remember the scenes of the book, I love these people. I love these people and their story really means something to me. So I really, enjoy talking about the actual characters and not just like how long I've been writing and like author goals and stuff. Like all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff is cool. school, but like, I'm doing it for the books, for the characters. So I do like to get down to the nitty gritty
Well, that's
things.
good to know. I'm glad that we can invite you into this space. And we are a nosy bunch too. So we want to get into, your brain about like how to with this character, what was your mind at? Are you as crazy
Yeah.
as we are? And I actually did just read Aisha Breeze. I think it was her latest release, Take What You Need.
Mhm.
Um, I hate that up.
You know,
I'm a baker, so I love when I randomly start a book and there's a baker up in there. I'm like,
I
God
hear it.
just loves me so bad. Like,
Period.
it was
She
so
got them
good.
treats, Bree. She got them treats, my girl.
Oh, what's
Listen,
that treat you got?
cupcakes, cookies, brownies. Honestly, if you can think it up, I could probably bake it up.
And where you live at again?
I'm in Maryland. I'm close to Baltimore, but I
Mm,
ship, I drive. You know,
you know,
I'm gonna be in
I,
Philly in July,
in July,
the end of July.
I
Don't
might
call me a
have
liar
to.
on the date. Whenever Jill Scott is gonna be up there, that's when I'm gonna be there.
Okay. Do you do like? I'm sorry, y'all. This ain't about the book club, but do you do like treats and stuff for like events and stuff?
hmm Yeah, I actually just threw a dessert party a couple weeks ago.
Okay, because me and my business partner A Blossom, we do have a little event called Peddlers and Pros, and
Yeah,
we might need, not we might need, we probably do need someone to do like some desserts and
you
cakes
got
and
it.
treats and things of that nature. So
I'm gonna slide up in you. I got your email, so I'm
mm,
gonna slide up in there, girl. Yes,
mm-hmm,
ma'am.
mm-hmm.
Hold
We'll
on,
be
wait a
talking to
minute.
my girl about that tomorrow.
Yes,
Anybody
ma'am.
else know how to do something?
Girl, these girls know how to
Just
do
let me
everything.